Usually people become the wrong MC.
Just before I answer that, मैं दोनों MC हूँ. People will be like, अरे ये stud है, this guy gets so many chicks, this, that and the other.
इसका तो DM भरा रहेगा.
DM भरा रहेगा ना. Bro, honestly, like, you know, having that conversation is difficult, bro. I stopped talking to people. You know, I used to resort only to my friends. कि मेरे जो 2-3 बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स हैं उनके साथ हैंग आउट किया, खत्म, बात खत्म, और कोई चाहिए ही नहीं. That's not a right way to live. You need to network. You need to network. You don't want to be watching porn on the first. You're getting the point. Then you will be like, अरे
पूरा साल वही करूँगा, वैसे लग गया.
Correct. However, if you party in a different country altogether, right? If you celebrate, not party, चलो celebrate कर लो अपने friends के साथ. You know, you don't want to drink, you don't want to smoke. That's fine. That's great. You celebrate, you come back. You'll be like, मैंने ये achieve कर लिया. Great. मेरे को और ज़्यादा achieve कर रहे हैं. अभी दुबई गए ना. We'll go somewhere else. Like, you know, they'll come and they say, good morning everybody. Nobody says anything. Right? There's awkward silence.
Okay, चलता भाई.
Okay.
नहीं, then they'll be like, good morning, I can't hear you. And 2 people will be like, good morning. I don't do that. I'll always tell the audience why we are here. Just that I tell them, you can take it easy now, but promise me that later on we are gonna.
जब वक्त आएगा फाड़ने का तो फाड़ना ही.
फाड़ना ही है. All of a sudden मैं एक ब्यूटी प्रोडक्ट का स्किन केयर मेरे रूटीन का ये करने लगा.
दोस्तों मैं जा रहा हूँ क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए, थोड़ा ब्यूटी प्रोडक्ट लगा के मैं जाता हूँ ताकि मैं फ्रेश लगूँ.
People will be like, भाई देख और एक ऐसा वीडियो डाला, अनफॉलो करेंगे. You're getting the point. Like that.
Namaste everyone and welcome back to another fresh episode of 3xP podcast. This is Kunal Raj, CEO founder of KRF Media, and on this episode we had a powerhouse of a guest. You guessed it right, Shailesh Rajput. On this episode we talked a lot about mind shift, about growth, about fashion, about his journey as an MC and much more. If you're a student listening this right now, guys जाके पढ़ाई कर लो. Just kidding. Please pay attention to this podcast. Watch till the end. This episode was quite a long one, so we have divided into 2 parts, and you are listening to the first part. Enjoy. So guys, youth icon is here, fashion icon. Now people awards for asking really weird questions. So Shailesh, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So I had a weird question before starting. Don't you feel weird like you meet someone for the first time and यहाँ पे बैठ के 1.5 घंटा बात करने गया,
पैसे अच्छे मिल रहे हैं तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं.
ऐसा बोला तो देन बाकी गेस्ट है ना उठ के आ जाएंगे दरवाजे के बाद.
No, but on a serious note, no bro, I've always wanted to be a part of this, watching your podcast, and I always also had a conversation with Bunny Sahil, and he always wanted me to be here, share my part of the story, because it's been a long time that people actually watch a lot of Shailesh Rajput but might not know the real Shailesh Rajput, and maybe today through this podcast they might get to know it.
I was researching about Rajput. There it says that this comes from a warrior background, so you have an instinct to fight or something like that, but you seem more of a chill person.
Instinct to fight in terms of I would say success, in terms of what taking what belongs to me, not physically fighting or anything. Like I try to stay away from that sort of a situation wherein there are people who get drunk and want to fight. No, but when it comes to taking what is mine, like for example what I deserve, my chances, the opportunities, that is one thing that I'm very competitive at. Like for example, may it be emceeing, may it be FIFA for that matter. I've always tried to be the people I play with. I like regularly whenever I used to play with my best friends, and I always wanted to be better than
अपन को टॉप पे रहना है.
हाँ, अपन को टॉप पे रहना है, जो हो जाए, no matter what happens, अपन को टॉप पे रहना है.
Where is your patented mic which you carry elsewhere? I thought you might carry that.
Shit, bro. The thing is that when I was walking from the car towards the flat, the only thing is that the only regret that I have is not carrying the bag, because bag में मेरे sunglasses थे, bag में मेरा mic था, bag में मेरा पूरा setup था. So that is the only.
An important event, we could have kept it here.
Correct.
Maybe we could have sold a few mics.
Merchandise coming out soon.
मर्चेंडाइज करेगा तो क्या करेगा, पहले वो ये रखे, व्हाट यू कॉल दैट, आई वाज थिंकिंग उसको क्या बोलते हैं,
द
स्पैटुला राइट, so that you can keep it as a merch with Shailesh.
Yeah bro, absolutely. The thing is that I don't know how many of those will sell, because people apparently get scared of it. So I recently went to a college campus wherein there were a group of girls, 4 girls, right? So when I went towards them, 2 of them ran away. Like that is the fear. Apparently people are scared of me. I have no idea why. I just go out there with like a good heart, trying to entertain the viewers.
You go with a good heart, but you end up asking something.
I honestly feel that, people should be more open to being asked questions. अगर college में जो पढ़ा रहा है, if you study only that, Kunal, you tell me honestly, is it fun?
No, it isn't.
Exactly. So
We feel that what are we using today of what is taught in the college, and we end up thinking nothing.
precisely. So that is the reason why, I go out there. My whole idea is to get people to think, I go out there and ask them, how many people should you date before getting married? Has anybody asked you that apart from your best friend? Or have you ever discussed something like this with anybody apart from your best friend? Not really. So, there's a camera in front of you. There will be people watching this video. So think what you're going to, So that logical thinking, that kicks in. So that's the whole idea. Apart from entertainment, there's, this thing also.
Yeah, so basically Shailesh is trying to get you camera ready and relationship ready and
Everything. Ready for life, I would say. Because I feel that we've gone too soft. That is one more thing. One big complaint that I have. Everything is okay. Chalega. Nahi chalega.
yeah, people say na, you guys are living in a softer generation.
Very
कुछ भी कहोगे तो बुरा लग जाए.
Very true. Very true. Because I've had people like, who, you know how difficult it is to get employees today who are going to be there with you even if they're having a bad time. Say for example, if you put them under pressure, they'll be like, not happening. नहीं हो रहा है अभी, जमता नहीं है, निकल रहा हूँ. निकल के क्या करोगे? Dude,
वहीं पे दूसरे कंपनी में वही चीज करोगे.
Because you've been lied to all your life. Till you were in college, you were lied to. This is the real world. This is how it is. It's not easy. There are no handouts. Nobody's going to be like, हाँ ये ले ले. हाँ, you are, अच्छा तू ये है, ये ले. This is your offer. This is your opportunity. No, you've got to go out there and take it.
You won't get like, here are the 3 steps for a successful, employee.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because they pay you. The moment they pay you, especially in India, they try and act as if they are property.
They own you.
Yes.
Gone through that, guys. And काफी साल मतलब वो कंपनी भी देखेगा तो क्या करेगा but then it makes you depends on how you take it.
Absolutely.
If you use the experience to improve and use it later on.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, the experience that you've been through at a company, right? That molded you in a way wherein, today you can sit in this chair and think like, whatever happened there is one of the reasons why I'm here today doing this, right?
Whatever processes and all what I saw there, which I implement now.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. So that's the thing, it's always a learning. I mean, we are living and we are machines. We are constantly learning, right? Never shut your brain. And that's the whole point of this, question answer thing, wherein I go ask questions. Use your brain, just, think of something.
At that moment, you also must be wondering, na, कि मैं question क्या पूछूं? So you are,
Yeah, that happens. And there's a lot of back-end job also that goes into it because, I'm still learning. I'm very new to this. I've just had like a couple of videos that have gone in. So, one thing that I've realized is it is very important from my end, make sure that the questions are right. I can't be asking wrong questions to the wrong people. Say, for example, I go to a campus and ask them about, say, for example, random topic like coding, right? I can't be going to a BCom institute and be asking them about coding, right? They will not have the proper knowledge about it. So what will they answer? So there's a lot of back-end job also that goes into deciding what to ask.
You might get some over smart student,
Oh, that
coding.
is true.
Yeah, C++ and Python. Yeah, nice, good answer.
चलो निकलते हैं.
I got one video flashing on when I was scrolling YouTube shorts. It is about public speaking. 1 or 2 videos I saw, I got a lot of recommendation. उसमें वो बोलता है कि when you're speaking, you have to open your mouth and speak. Okay? Like I'm asking you when I introduced you, ना. So मेरे को ऐसे पूरा खोल के बोलना पड़ेगा. Hi Shailesh, welcome. So is it like necessary?
So basically,
won't it look like weird? Like normally I'm talking like that, right?
Correct.
Welcome Shailesh.
Correct.
So when you're speaking loud, then at that moment it applies.
So basically, public speaking is also communication. It's just that now we are doing it one-on-one, and when somebody is up on stage, they are doing it with many people, right? It's an audience. The end objective of communication, it's a two-way process. It's not just what goes from you, it is also what the listener receives, right? So you need to make sure that whatever you're talking about, it is clear to the audience. But that doesn't mean that you have to do all the muscular exercises with your mouth, right? You have to make sure that you're clear in what you say. Sometimes what that video might be hinting out to is you can't keep a straight face and talk. That way people don't know what you're saying. People don't know expressions, right? You have to use your facial expressions while you're communicating, because whatever you say is kind of a story. Always, you're narrating a story, whatever it may be, right? So that way, you've got to use your entire, अरे भगवान ने चेहरा दिया है filled with muscles. You use it in the proper manner, not overdo it, but proper way.
ऐसा ना भाई इसका 50 काट
50 का ओवर एक्टिंग का ऐसे बहुत होता है like a lot of public speakers overdo it, and I just feel like how you pointed out, it's not natural. And the worst thing that one can do is be very unnatural on stage or while speaking to an audience. So that is the thing.
But I had witnessed one of your event where you were yelling out. Doesn't it affect your throat?
It does, but I am kind of used to it now. So initially when I started off in 2017, so after every college event, right, I used to have a sore throat. Like I used to lose my voice. But now, you like doing it for so many years, you get used to it. Your muscles, of course, get used to it. And also, I try and act smart now in ways, wherein I don't always scream. I scream whenever it's necessary. I save my energy. You cannot be energetic and expect the crowd to be energetic at all times. I've seen people go out and, do that. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. Somebody comes up on stage or wherever, right? They say, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. They will not start till they receive a good morning or good afternoon back. You've been there. Like, they'll come and they say, good morning, everybody. Nobody says anything, right? There's awkward silence.
Okay, chalta ho bhai.
No, then they'll be like, good morning, I can't hear you. And two people will be like, good morning. I don't do that. You know why? Because not everybody has come there with that kind of energy that you are there. You may be at a different kind of energy. You need to take them to that level with you, right? So I always like to start slow. I'll always tell the audience why we are here, this, that. I tell them, you can take it easy now, but promise me that later on we are going to
जब वक्त आएगा फाड़ने का तो फाड़ना ही
है. Like that's the only motto. Make sure that everybody enjoys and goes back home.
Yeah, because I was researching and then it says like for long term it is not good if you continuously scream and yell. It's a soft muscle here. बाद में letter लेके घूमना पड़ेगा. Guys, that board you carry na. Correct. I hope that doesn't happen.
No, that's why I try to limit the number of events also that I do. Usually apart from the college events, I don't use my voice to that loud of an extent.
क्योंकि मेरे साथ अभी recently हुआ था. I shot 2-3 podcasts. It was fine. And intros I record later on, like after 2-3 days. You need to be fresh, right? And I had my KRF video intro to be recorded, and this all I planned it on one day. Usually they say you plan it in batch. And I turned on the camera, mic, everything, and single mic, not the backup mic. And I just recorded 1.5 hour taking takes of 8 videos. Okay, 4 people intros and remembering that, and then I saw that it went off. The audio was off. I can't use the video. Entire episode अच्छा है और मैंने intro हक दिया intro में.
Absolutely.
मैं गला last में मैं बोल रहा हूँ guys, this is the last part I'm recording, and गला पहले ही बैठ गया, फिर भी I'm recording. Going to see the audio is off. Then I recorded on the same after like I told 10 minutes break I took and I recorded, but then I felt that it was hurting really bad.
No, it's like every other muscle, bro. You have to give it rest. Yeah, once you've used it a lot.
Like when we do video editing, we put on that big headphone for the entire time. Then I was reading somewhere, it told that the hair cells, it is like it doesn't recover back. Once it is damaged, it is damaged. तो बाद में ईयरफोन थोड़ा कम करते हैं.
फिर वही तो है. That's the same thing, bro.
So usually people become the wrong MC. You get the point, right? So MC what you are doing, तो क्या क्या रहता है, काम क्या रहता है exactly, what if people are not aware of?
Just before I answer that, मैं दोनों MC हूँ.
हाँ.
So the professional MC that I am, right? So our MC's job would be to MC, the full form is Master of Ceremonies. So basically, if there is an event, right, you are the whole and soul. Basically, you are the one to whom everything is connected, right? You've got to take care of everything. Like, I had a mentor who used to make sure that even the floor is clean. You're getting the point. At a wedding, he used to make sure that even the floor is clean. If that is not clean, he used to get the janitor, the housekeeping, to get it done. So that is the thing. You've got to take care of everything, right? From the prerequisites. Is everything ready for the event, right? Do I have all the details? Who's my crowd? Who am I catering to? What am I here? What's the agenda for today, right? Is it a serious gathering? Is it a fun bit of gathering? And basically, the end objective is to make life fun. Is to make life fun for people. They've come there, they are going to meet you for a couple of hours, then you might never see them again in life, right? But the time that they spend with you, they have to feel like अरे ये बंदे में कुछ दम है, ये बंदे की वजह से आज मजा आया. That's the whole objective. You got to take care of events that
everybody, because everybody's eyes will be on you, because once you start hosting ना, भाई ये बंदा है, इसको देखो क्या कर रहा है, नजर रखो थोड़ा, ये वो सामान इधर कोने बैठ के खा तो नहीं रहा है.
Yes. Because the moment you start speaking and in front of everybody, they're bound to look at you, right? क्या कर रहा है ये बंदा? And
ये शादी में तो यही बात कर रहा है, तो इसी पे नजर रखना है.
Correct. And like how you rightly pointed out, your every move is noted. मतलब कोई ना कोई तो देख रहा है. You can't be messing around there. You have your rapport to protect. You can't be sitting there yawning, क्या है सर खुजा रहे हो, this that. You can't be doing that, right? You got to maintain your
rapport. मैं थोड़ा भाई फोन इंस्टा स्टोरी डाल देता हूँ, फोन जब टाइम आएगा तो मैं निकल जाऊंगा. ऐसा भी नहीं होता.
करेक्ट, ऐसे भी नहीं होता है. दिस इज रियल गेम.
Because we have captured events, and if people who have hired you, sometimes there are people who, if they see you idle, then be like, भाई ये भी कैप्चर करना है, वो भी कैप्चर करना है, पकड़ के लेके जाना है. Correct. So I've had instances like that, like it's worse for you as a cinematographer, as somebody who documents the event, than me, of course. But in terms of my line as well, I've come and I've been told by people, hype up the crowd, no. See, for you as a client, you might want to do it every now and then. Yeah. But me as an MC, as a professional, I know when to do it and not to. Because if I keep doing it more often, the crowd will disconnect. The audience will be like, "Arey, now he's trying to take advantage of us." Even मेरा भी, like as an audience, अपना भी एक certain energy level है, right? So उसमें not everybody is going to give you the kind of response that you want throughout the event. So you have to judge कि कभी इनसे क्या बुलवाना है, and this, and it's worked out for me like so far. How much time you have been now in this? So
I started off in 2017. That was right out after my graduation. It's 2023 abhi. Apart from that, apart from the दो COVID के साल, that was like crazy. That was horrible. That was like complete.
क्या किया वो टाइम पे? कुछ ऐसे सूर ताल पे कुछ काम किया क्या वो टाइम पे कि
I should
सोच रहा था कि क्या करना क्या है?
I should have, but नहीं हुआ. I'll tell you why. So the whole thing.
You were making sketches, I guess, by the time.
Yes, I was.
चल थोड़ा funny content creation में चलते हैं.
But that was much later, brother. So initially, the thing is, 2019 I consider it to be like the best year of my career, professional career. That time I was like doing a lot of events. That time everybody wanted me, kind of a thing, right? My network was good. So 2019 I was doing like so many events that I needed a break. And COVID के नाम पे ना मेरे को अच्छा ब्रेक मिला. कैसे? Initially I thought, अरे भाई एक हफ्ता है ना, लॉकडाउन
कितना रहेगा?
एक हफ्ता है ना, एक हफ्ता मस्त चिल करेंगे. फिर हुआ दो हफ्ता, 3 हफ्ता, whatever that 1 month. वो बोला चलो 1 month का ब्रेक ना, we'll get back, don't worry, we'll get back. And the whole reason why I was okay with it is, it was not just like you are taking a break. You are guilty when you alone take a break and everybody else is competing, they are going ahead, right? This time the entire world was taking a break. मतलब कोई तुमसे आगे नहीं बढ़ रहा था. So there was like no competition. So you were stress free. हाँ चलेगा. But then that 1 month turned into 3, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. That was horrible, yeah. So that was a
चलो
big
6
problem.
महीना और बैठ लेते देखते हैं। अभी तो सब भी बैठे हुए हैं, मैं भी बैठ लेता हूँ चेयर।
ये था mentality. But then with time it started getting worse. It started playing with your mind. So I got in a very bad state wherein, you know, mentally and physically, I was not focusing on either of my things. But then later on I started meditating, I started painting, started getting into, like, you know, how you said, comedy sketches. Did not really work out that much because Instagram पे तभी reels नहीं था. अगर reels होते तो we would have continued doing it. But I'm glad क्योंकि, you know, whatever has to happen.
अच्छा हुआ ना तब reels नहीं आए, at least you did something else वैसे।
Exactly. So that's the thing.
मैं तो नाचते रहता रील पे, एक म्यूजिक लगा बैकग्राउंड
रास्ते पे. So that is the thing, you know, because I realized that was not my style. It's a very difficult thing, yeah. It's not easy because at a point of time I'm pretty sure you've been there in life. You hit a creative block wherein you can't think of creative ideas, right? That's what do you do then? So that's the problem. So I wanted to, you know, have a sustainable means of or source of content. I resorted to Omegle बीच में अभी recently. That also did not get that great fun engagement. मैंने वो भी छोड़ दिया.
हाँ, लेकिन engagement इतना जल्दी भी नहीं आएगा ना.
नहीं, that is true.
You have to put out 100 Omegle videos to get it.
But then that is true. But then what happens is with some kind of content, no, you get a feeling right from the off कि ये कुछ बनेगा. Like for example, the content that I am making right now, मेरे को लग रहा है कि इसका कुछ होगा, हो सकता है. That is why it's fun. It's fun going out and doing it with
Omegle. I think you have to wait a lot time, get a proper conversation, and be like, "Arey, chale."
Don't ask me. Don't ask me because I used to do it post 9 o'clock. So 9:30 से लेके मैं 12 बजे तक 1 o'clock तक I used to sit there doing it, and I used to get like a 30 seconds का product out of it because I was doing it for the sole objective that I want to talk to strangers. For a long time I've had this realization that people might think that I'm really good at talking to people. I'm really good at talking to many people. You put me in a one-on-one situation, I'm not really that good. My communication skills of talking to, one-on-one, people will be like, "Arey, ye stud hai, this guy gets so many chicks, this, that and the other."
इसका तो DM भरा रहेगा.
Bro, honestly, having that conversation is difficult, bro. Yeah. That's what I thought because I stopped talking to people. I used to resort only to my friends. कि मेरे जो 2-3 बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स हैं उनके साथ हैंग आउट किया, खत्म, बात खत्म, और कोई चाहिए ही नहीं. दैट्स नॉट अ राइट वे टू लिव. यू नीड टू नेटवर्क. चलो हाई बाय के हिसाब से ही या फार ऑफ के हिसाब से ही, बट यू नीड टू नेटवर्क.
ओके, ऑनलाइन इंटरेक्शन यू मेंट लाइक वो थोड़ा बैठता नहीं है.
बैठ जाता है. इफ यू आर अ पर्सन हु इज नॉट टॉकिंग टू एनीबडी एट ऑल, चलेगा. यू कैन स्टार्ट ऑफ विद दैट. यू हैव टू स्टार्ट ऑफ विद समथिंग. यू हैव टू टॉक टू पीपल. Because the more people you talk to, the more people you listen to, the more ideas you get. Because you never know at the end of this podcast where we might, what idea might come in our mind and where that might take us. You're getting the point. It's like that. Because, Sahil Bunny, Imperfect Bunny, he's been a very big supporter of mine right from the off. In terms of creator scene in Goa, my numbers are not that great. My followers are not that great, and people might not look at me that much. But he always, he is like, bro, your numbers are underperforming. मतलब तू बंदा वो लेवल का है, मे बी योर नंबर्स डोंट शो, बट तू वो लेवल का है और वो लेवल तक अपने को पहुंचना है.
आई थिंक पीपल हु एक्चुअली वैल्यू व्हाट दे नो द वर्क व्हाट इज पुट इन ना, उनको पता है नंबर्स आर नॉट दैट इम्पोर्टेंट, राइट?
बिकॉज़ नंबर आ जाएंगे.
आ जाएंगे. आई यूज्ड टू थिंक कि भाई नंबर्स कम है, बट देन यू जस्ट इम्प्रूव ऑन अ क्वालिटी और इट विल पिक अप एट द राइट टाइम. वैसे
and consistency, it's like the algorithm of any social media wants you to be consistent. Why? Because you're getting
50,000 लोग 50,000 फॉलोअर्स लेके कोई टट्टी कंटेंट डाल रहा है.
The thing is, what brand have you created? That's also a question, right? Like with the amount of followers, what we don't realize, ये followers का thing, the number का thing, it is not what you should actually focus on from a marketer's point of view. Because मैं अपना ब्रांड तुम्हारे पास लाऊं क्यों? What value are you adding to my brand? You are going to make 30 content if I ask
What?
you to
Yeah, he'll promote
my brand.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out that way, right? That's a problem. So you have to be very careful.
Yeah, and when you suddenly post something of a brand and consistently you'll be posting something
else.
तो उसको भी performance भी उतना नहीं मिलेगा and you'll be thinking अरे भाई नहीं चल रहा है, क्यों नहीं चल रहा है.
Now if I'm going and asking questions, all of a sudden मैं एक ब्यूटी प्रोडक्ट का स्किन केयर मेरे रूटीन का ये करने लगा.
दोस्तों मैं जा रहा हूँ क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए, थोड़ा ब्यूटी प्रोडक्ट लगा के मैं जाता हूँ ताकि मैं फ्रेश लगूँ.
People will be like, भाई देख और एक ऐसा वीडियो डाला, अनफॉलो करेंगे. You're getting the point. It's like that.
For example, if I do a brand promotion of a mic, if it is ongoing, so it won't be like a big transition.
Absolutely, absolutely.
क्वालिटी देख रहे हो, ये माइक का सिर्फ चेंज होगा, बाकी का तो इट विल रिमेन द सेम.
Correct.
तो वैसा रहेगा.
Because similarly, if tomorrow somebody asks me to market like a blazer or something like that, I can do it because people have seen me, are used to seeing me in blazers, right?
This is the first podcast I'm wearing a blazer.
We both look good.
Yeah. So I got a message that he'll put a blazer and I'm like, अरे यार मैं इसके सामने टी-शर्ट पहनूंगा तो अरे कैसा लगेगा.
कल रात को हम ग्रुप पे डिसाइड कर रहे थे व्हाट आर वी गोइंग टू वेयर.
अच्छा पोस्ट किया so that I had to search it off and then
it's funny that we bring this up because for the past 2-3 days, right, I have this idea in my mind that we need to start dressing up like proper men. Like proper men से मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, like proper men who go out. So imagine Kunal, we go out to eat. You must be going out with your friends. I go out with my friends. Just yesterday I was out. क्या करेंगे? टी शर्ट पहनेंगे, शर्ट पहनेंगे, जाएंगे, बैठेंगे, खाएंगे, आएंगे. You go, you enjoy, you are in your comfort zone. थोड़ा comfort zone से बाहर निकलो. इतने साल से ये करते आए हो, let's do it a little different. 10 men एक ग्रुप बनाएंगे, ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रेंड्स हु नो ईच अदर. मैं 5 जन मेरे दोस्त को लाऊंगा, तुम 5 जन अपने दोस्त को लाओ. एक अच्छे होटल में that we don't usually go to, which is a little higher than what we usually go to in terms of the whole ambience, monetary basis, all that. We book a table for 10 people, all of us turn up in a 3-piece suit and that is a prerequisite. Everybody is carrying cash, correct? हम जाएंगे वहाँ पे, हम खाएंगे, we are going to talk about life, we are going to have intellectual conversations there, and at the end of the whole meal, right, we are not going to order extra food which we are going to waste. We are only going to eat 80% of our limit, right? We finish everything up and at the end of it, everybody tips the waiters. I am telling you, the moment we leave from there and get home now, we achieved something today. You're getting the point. And you will want to do it more often. So that way what happens, एक spiral चालू होता है in your mind, right? You are at a level and somebody or you all decided to push yourselves to another level. And now you want to maintain it. Now you want to do it more often. इसके लिए क्या है? You'll start working for it. You're getting the point. Because maybe that's a restaurant, maybe that's a hotel that you cannot afford every now and then. So what you start doing? You start pumping.
Working for
you
it,
start
yeah.
working. You start generating that revenue. You're getting the point. Like, I saw this interview in which Steve Harvey rightly pointed out. He says, जिंदगी में ना बस एक बार बिजनेस क्लास में फ्लाई करो. You're getting the point. Just एक बार बिजनेस क्लास में फ्लाई करो, उसकी जो लत लगेगी ना, you'll want to fly business class every time. Flying in business class is not cheap. Now for you to fly in business class, what will you do? Start earning extra money.
I've experienced this when I saw a movie in IMAX and then I see it here. Example ऐसा भी है, like the videographers or like from my field I'm saying, person हुआ behind the camera ना, वो कैसे भी रहेंगे, क्या अपने वो क्या है, कैमरा के पीछे रहना है. And when I started podcast and then I have to be get ready, the podcast is the time when I get fresh. Otherwise once you are at the system, you are working by कौन देख रहा है, बाद में वैसा होता है.
Exactly. That's one thing I feel that we should change a bit. I'm in an age, Kunal, I must tell you that wherein I'm trying to invest in myself. Because अगर मैंने अब नहीं किया ना, I'll be that mediocre man who has life crisis, who has not achieved much. You're getting the point. Yeah. So I try to, watch a lot of videos and, try to, change my life, channel my life in a way. I've had this conversation with my friend's brother wherein I said I'm of the view that men should always wear full length pants, pajamas at home, right? To which he did not understand the concept. You are a fan of Batman, right? Correct? ब्रूस वेन को कभी भी शॉर्ट्स में देखा है? नहीं देखा है. टोनी स्टार्क को कभी भी शॉर्ट्स में देखा है? उनके जैसा बनना चाहते हो, उनके जैसा पैसा चाहते हो, वो हम चाहते हैं, करेक्ट,
लेकिन पहनना नहीं.
दैट इज द रीजन. स्टार्ट एक्टिंग लाइक दैट. वो बोलते हैं ना फेक इट टिल यू मेक इट. ट्राई इट, यू आर गेटिंग द पॉइंट. स्टार्ट वेयरिंग फुल पैंट्स, स्टार्ट वेयरिंग गुड क्लोथ्स, यू आर गेटिंग द पॉइंट. स्टार्ट thinking that you're already there and you have to act that way. Start making friends who force you to be at that level. You're getting the point.
ऐसा होता है ना, when you hang out with your friend, intellectual conversations नहीं होते.
So what I'm saying is don't be too fake. मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा,
ऐसा नहीं बोला जाके वहाँ पे डायरेक्ट स्टॉक मार्केट के बारे में बात करने लगो कि ये
करेक्ट.
नॉट रिक्वायर्ड.
बी योरसेल्फ. यू आर ओरिजिनल, राइट? बी योरसेल्फ. बट देन मेरा क्वेश्चन यही है कि डू यू वांट टू बिकम समथिंग बिगर, समवन बेटर? अगर हाँ, स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट, यू नो, बिकॉज द थिंग इज दैट वन थिंग दैट आई हैव रियलाइज्ड इज नोबडी टेल्स यू ऑल दिस बिकॉज दे आर ऑल्सो स्कैर्ड. सॉफ्टवेयर जनरेशन, यू नो, अगर मैंने बोल दिया देन मैं ब्लॉक हो जाऊंगा.
हाँ, नहीं तो शैडो बैन हो जाएगा इसके. एक स्टोरी हाइड कर देगा, हाइड फ्रॉम स्टोरी, दिखेगा नहीं, पता भी नहीं चलेगा.
एग्जैक्टली. सो ये होता है. इसके चक्कर में कोई बताता नहीं है. आई वॉन्ट पीपल टू टेल मी दैट, यू नो, आई गेट अ लॉट ऑफ कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स आफ्टर एन इवेंट. पीपल कम एंड टेल मी फैंटास्टिक जॉब. आई लव दैट. बट यू नो वॉट आई लव मोर?
फीडबैक आना चाहिए.
हाँ, कि भाई तूने, लाइक, यू नो, आई डिड माई सिस्टर्स वेडिंग रिसेप्शन. आई हैड many of my neighbors there, a lot of my you know, dad's friends, mom's friends, everybody loved it. They're like, अरे यार तू कितना अच्छा करता है, this, that and the other, you know, like they saw, many of them saw me for the first time, that me doing it, so they are like, अरे कितना अच्छा ये. My dad was telling them, yeah, he does it professionally now, it's been 5 years, this and that. One lady, one neighbor, okay, she came and said something that has, you know, that has stuck with me till now, and I will not forget. You know, she came to me and she was like, you did a fantastic job. There's just one thing that I would like to tell you. You should never call it an audience. It's a social gathering. They are people who know you, you know them. Correct? You should never call it an audience. So they are not an audience because they are not come there for a theater. They are come for a social gathering. They are your people. They are your friends. They are your guests. Call them guests. Address them as guests. Address them as, you know, your friends. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, my guests, my lovely guests today. Okay? Never address them as audience. You know, this is what is needed because this makes me better. Understood? You were fantastic. Fuels me. Yes, thank you very much. Don't call them audience. Call them guests. This is what makes me better. You have to surround yourself.
बच्चों को पकड़ के पूछना कि भाई मेरा प्रोफाइल 100K तक पहुंचने तक ना तुम लोग का सोर थ्रोट तो होगा कुछ हो, मेरे को नहीं पता,
फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
मेरा माइक फट जाए लेकिन मेरे को पूछना है. बट दैट कॉन्सेप्ट इज रियली नाइस, गोइंग टू द होटल एंड आई रियली लव्ड इट. कब जाना है दुबई? न्यू ईयर को जाना है.
न्यू ईयर को चलते हैं. आई एम टेलिंग यू, यू नो, न्यू ईयर्स ईव इट्स गोइंग टू बी एपिक. अब तक क्या किया है? अब तक गए पार्टी में. Bro, last year's New Year's Eve, I went there. We danced, we enjoyed. Couple of hours into it, you're like, you know, it's the same thing. क्या different कर रहे हैं हम?
एक मीम शेयर कर देंगे before 31 December और ये no change.
No change at all. The thing is, if you imagine, hypothetically speaking, if you go to Dubai, right? You're from Goa, you've never been to Dubai, समझो. मैं तो कभी गया नहीं. मैं तो out of India कभी गया ही.
मेरा भी प्लान है out of India जाने के लिए this year, at least 2 trips. That is my plan when I started this year.
Great, because if you go to Dubai for New Year's Eve or wherever that may be, you come back on the 2nd or whatever, you know, one thing about New Year's Eve, उसके पहले और उसके बाद जो होता है, like on the 31st and on the 1st, you know, that vibe is there. कि भाई मैंने क्या किया. You don't want to be watching porn on the 1st. You're getting the point. Then you will be like, अरे
पूरा साल वही करूँगा, वैसे लगेगा.
Correct. However, if you party in a different country altogether, right? If you celebrate, not party, चलो celebrate कर लो अपने friends के साथ. You know, you don't want to drink, you don't want to smoke. That's fine. That's great. You celebrate, you come back. You'll be like, मैंने ये achieve कर लिया. Great. मेरे को और ज़्यादा achieve कर रहे हैं. अभी दुबई गए ना, we'll go somewhere else. So that's the whole point.
There are YouTube creators who get chance to go on brand promotion and all. That's why they get kicked to do more content. You might find them less on Instagram but more on YouTube, and you must be wondering ये difficult है, फिर भी कर रहे because they get that kick.
Absolutely.
They won't get what Shailesh is from your feed. until you are talking and
Absolutely.
30 second you won't understand one person.
मैं क्या बोल सकता हूँ
Yeah.
30 सेकंड में? There is
And
not
that
much
that
I
also you're asking other people, you're not
Correct,
giving your
correct,
views much.
correct,
You're like ये बच्चे ने अच्छा बोला, ठीक है अभी दूसरे के पास जाते हैं वैसा है. I feel creators, some creators or most of the creators who are really good on Instagram, they don't realize कि people they go in their link in bio and they go on YouTube
Correct.
to check हाँ भाई इसका कितना फाउंडेशन कैसा है क्या है. Then they go on YouTube, there is 1 or 2 videos और उसने छोड़ दिया भाई इससे नहीं होता है लंबा वाला, इसको यही देते हैं और ख़त्म करते हैं वैसा. So when people hire you ना expectations रहता है ना बहुत, they expect an MC to be hilarious all that. भाई इनको तो चाहिए कि मैं जोक मारते रहूँ.
Two things about this.
Yeah.
Whenever I take an event, I ask them a question that they are not ready for. I'm like, what does the client expect from me? Or if I'm talking to the client directly, what do you expect from me? They're like, ये क्या पूछ रहा है? So I ask them, मैं वहाँ पे आया ना, what do you exactly want me to do? So they tell me points कि this is so and so is the event, we are doing it. Sometimes ये मेरे family में first time हो रहा है ऐसा event, crowd ऐसा रहेगा, this and that. So you have to get them all dancing to enjoy this, that and the other. Try and crack a few jokes here and there and all that. मैं पूछता हूँ कि what is your clientele like the people who will be catering to that day, वो कैसे है, like आधे फन. समझो मैंने उनको बुला दिया, चलो नाचेंगे, तो वो नाचेंगे क्या, टू जज माई एफर्ट लेवल. सेकेंड थिंग ये होता है पहले इवेंट से पहले. मैंने और तुमने भी, यू मस्ट हैव सीन मैनी MCs हु राइट जोक्स जो ऐसा लगता है जब वो मारेंगे ना कि ये लिखा हुआ है. आई नेवर डू दैट. मतलब I can never do that. Some of them are good at it. Some of them are good at scripting the jokes and putting it out there and they actually turn out good. But मेरे से नहीं होता. So what I do is I am blessed with humor. मतलब I am generally a fun to be around and funny character, right? So I use that. और मेरे jokes जो है they are very spontaneous. मतलब अगर मुझे कुछ दिख गया इस पे joke करना है तो मैं कर देता हूँ. So there is no pressure as such, because also what happens is with time the market also changes, right? You will not expect me to be hilarious. You will expect me to be me. You are, अगर समझो तुमने मेरे videos देखे और you watched me do an event, live event, you know what to expect, right? That is why you are booking me. It's not कि मैं stand up comedian नहीं हूँ that I come there and crack jokes.
हाँ. ऐसा नहीं कि भाई मैं टाइटल चेंज करके रख दोगे शैलेश स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियन और ये आके जोक मारने लगे.
करेक्ट. उसके लिए तो स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी का शो होना चाहिए. यू आर गेटिंग द पॉइंट. सो इट्स लाइक आई एम नॉट देयर टू क्रैक जोक्स. आई एम देयर टू मेक श्योर दैट यू हैव अ गुड टाइम. मेक इट लाइट. यू आर गेटिंग द पॉइंट. एंड मेक श्योर एवरीबडी हैज फन. आई डोंट नेसेसरीली हैव टू बी फनी कि मैं एक बोल दूँ पीपल गो लाइक ये नहीं. दैट इज़ नॉट द ट्रूथ. बट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल बिलीव दैट इज़ द ट्रूथ, बिकॉज ऐसे होता था. लाइक फॉर वेडिंग्स एंड ऑल दैट, राइट अ जोक, क्रैक इट, राइट अ जोक, क्रैक इट.
कॉमेडी इज रियली सब्जेक्टिव ना. वॉट मेरे को अच्छा लगा, दूसरा बोल रहा है ये क्या मार रहा है.
एग्जैक्टली ब्रो. वैसे तो कंटेंट भी इज वेरी सब्जेक्टिव. व्हाट यू लाइक. वी आर इन 2023. एनीथिंग कैन ऑफेंड एनीबॉडी नाउ. It's very particular about what you have to say and all that.
Yeah. अभी क्या करे, क्या काटना है इसमें, कुछ काटना है क्या
इसमें मैं बताता हूँ. So that's the thing, because even with events when I'm up on stage, right, there are so many things that I would want to say, but then I don't say. I refrain from saying it because not everybody might like it. You're getting the point. So वो भी एक चीज़.
Comedians का ऐसा है कि they test their jokes right before. They tested with their friends or a small audience before they perform. तो ऐसा कौन victim है in your friends group where you test the jokes and यार ये हमारे पे टेस्ट कर रहे हैं कहीं डालेगा.
नहीं, that's the thing, because I don't plan my jokes, right? So वो होता नहीं है. The whole personality ये तो करना है कहीं पे कहीं. तो ग्रुप में तो कोई ना कोई फ्रेंड है
हाँ
जिसका मारना ही है. There's always a guy who's late. There's always a guy who's sleeping. Sometimes एक ही बंदा है जो दोनों करता है ना. So you keep on being funny, making sure that everybody enjoys. It starts with वहीं से तो शुरू होता है. You want to become a person, like a professional who makes sure that everybody enjoys. Check if your friends are enjoying your company first. right? Your close friends who you surround yourself with, are they enjoying your company? मतलब अगर समझो तुम कहीं पे भी जाओ, एक ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रेंड्स, समझो एक पार्टी है, वहाँ तुम्हें एज अ गेस्ट इनवाइट कर लिया, do you take that energy with you, जहाँ पे that vibe with you, wherein when you go everybody is like, अरे ये आ गया,
लाइक नहीं भाई, ये एनर्जी के लिए ना हायर करना पड़ता है. हियर आई एम हियर आई एम सोबर. यहाँ मैं नॉर्मल हूँ, अगर तुम लोग हायर करोगे देन आई विल शो माई एनर्जी. काफ़ी एक्सपेंसिव काम है ये.
करेक्ट. बट ये नहीं होता है. द थिंग इज व्हेनेवर आई गो टू अ पार्टी एंड आई हैव बीन कॉम्प्लीमेंटेड अबाउट दिस लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स कि I bring life to the energy, life to the whole event or whole party, the gathering. Thank you so much for coming. My friends, some of the far friends who I don't meet on a regular basis, when they invite me somewhere and I show up, their faces light up. They know कि भाई ये बंदा आ गया, अभी थोड़ा मजा होगा. He'll joke about everybody. He'll start pulling everybody's legs. मजा आएगा थोड़ा, that kind of a thing. क्योंकि that is what goes on to the stage, na? Because what you are naturally, because I'm not faking it on stage, you're getting the point. It's just that the only thing I can say is I modulate my voice a little bit, which you have to do when you're up on stage. My voice now is completely different when I'm speaking on the mic. You're getting the point. वैसा है. So you have to modulate. Apart from that, your personality has to be the same. Personality 10x हो जानी चाहिए. Whatever you are in real life, वो stage पे जाके 10x. If you're somebody who makes sure that everybody enjoys, वो 10x हो जाना चाहिए. So that everybody enjoys, because they are strangers meeting you for an event for the first time. So that is the whole point with the jokes and all. Never write them, just go and crack them.
That's the motto. Don't write, just crack. गालियाँ कहीं will put it. लाइक अब ऐसा है ना, इवन इफ यू आर हैविंग अ बैड डे, माइक स्विच ऑन हुआ, वन में एनर्जी स्विच करना पड़ता है.
इफ यू आर हैविंग अ बैड डे, राइट,
स्विच करना पड़ता है ना. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ आई एम हैविंग अ बैड डे, यू डोंट नेवर नो. लाइक मेरा सुबह क्या हुआ मेरे को पता है, और मैं बोला अरे शैलेश क्या बोलता है, हाउ इज योर डे एंड ऑल. आई कैन नॉट बी लाइक दैट, राइट? करेक्ट. सो यू हैव टू कीप ऑन स्विचिंग एनर्जी.
एब्सोल्युटली. तो वन थिंग is I try and avoid as much negativity as possible during an event. Like for example, there have been times, मतलब ये 2019 तक चलता था, I was a very crazy kind of a professional. मतलब क्या, on the day of the event, I would not take even a single task on my hand. मतलब मम्मी ने समझो बोल दिया go get a packet of milk, मैं वो भी नहीं करता.
हाँ, because you might feel अगर बाहर क्या हो जाए.
You never know. You never know. So मेरा क्या था, that whole day was dedicated to going up, showing up for the event and making sure that it goes well. और ये अच्छा ही चलता था. I used to rest so much, मैं सोता था पूरा दिन. I used to maybe like watch something, to pump me up, like an action movie or like a funny movie to get me,
और
in that
motivation
vibe.
speech है क्या?
Something like that. नहीं, motivation speech तो इतना नहीं था, but
वो एक बीव है ना कि बोलता है कल सुबह 9:30 बजे तुम्हारे लिए एक जगह बुक
करेक्ट. मेरे पास बहुत ही कम जगह थी, बट उसमें से मैंने तुम्हारे लिए
कल 9:30 बजे इसी जगह पे आ जा.
No, but motivation.
और is it the reason why you like कि हम लोग सुबह पॉडकास्ट करते हैं क्योंकि शाम तक you never know कि you told ना, मैंने पूछा ना मॉर्निंग करे कि इवनिंग करे, like चल मॉर्निंग करते.
एनर्जी लेवल भाई ओनली नाइट में खत्म होती है. इवनिंग में भी इट्स गुड बिकॉज आई बीन डूइंग इवेंट्स इन द इवनिंग ओनली मोस्टली. आई डोंट डू इवेंट्स इन द मॉर्निंग्स ज़्यादा.
मॉर्निंग थोड़े से माइंड ज़्यादा चलता है.
तो द थिंग इज यहाँ पे द रीज़न वाई, ऑफ कोर्स आई हैव समथिंग इन द इवनिंग, दैट्स वाई वी चोज मॉर्निंग, बट ऑल्सो इट वॉज पेंडिंग फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. मॉर्निंग में क्या है, फ्रेश चला गया, डू समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग, दिन भी समथिंग लाइक दिस, लाइक अ पॉडकास्ट बनाया, यू फील लाइक यू एडेड वैल्यू, तो आगे का दिन भी अच्छा जाता है. दैट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग. And talking about motivation, you brought up the topic ki, is there anything that, a motivational speech that you listen to and all that?
That was right what we talked about.
9:30 बजे. ऐसा मैं I only do it before college event. Before going up on stage, before anybody introducing me, I be like, you got this. There are so many people who are expecting so much from you. You got to give them a good show. Let's go and kill it. वो बोल के, prepare yourself. Go up there. And the thing is, एक बार stage पे, like stage is a magical place, yeah. Once you go up there, it's a different vibe altogether. मजा आता है एकदम.
मेरे को दिमाग वही चल रहा है 9:30 बजे. I thought like मैं स्टेज पे जाता हूँ और वही बोलता होता कि ऐसे
देख के जाता हूँ मैं 9:30 बजे. 9:30 तो बज नहीं रहे अभी, बट जाऊंगा मैं अभी.